Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And this video is the second episode of Minecraft Impossible Structures. And in this series I'll be showing you structures you can't create in survival or in creative with just building. And in each episode I will show you 3 of these structures I've created using commands, and then I'll also show you how I've created them. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one. But we'll just get started. But before you do, you might have noticed, yes, this video should be in 4K, at least I hope it is, if everything went well. So I hope you get some more quality Minecraft, I guess. I mean, it's not quite Minecraft in 4K, but it's probably as close as we're gonna get. But let's get started with the very first structure of today. And you've already seen it in the thumbnail, but here it is. Yes, it's a half slab, but it's a bedrock half slab. Yeah. So here we are, of course, in the world with all of our impossible structures. The first 3 from the first episode are also here. If you want to watch that episode, link will be in the top right hand side of your screen. And also a link to the playlist will be there as well. So check those out if you want after this one, of course. But here we go. This is the first structure of today. It's a bedrock slab. And of course, we have to test something because, well, it's a slab. So let's see if it works like a slab. Here we go. And yes, yeah, actually it does. It is a bedrock slab. And so I won't be using any mods or resource packs for these videos. This is just completely vanilla Minecraft, but just using some tricks, some creativity to create these impossible structures for you guys. And of course, bedrock, well, we all know and love bedrock, right? It generates at the bottom of the world and in the nether at the top of the world as well. And it only comes in the full block form as we see it right here. I can actually place it next to the slab. And we'll see if we press F1 and move closer that it's exactly half of a full bedrock block. But it's just a slab like any other. So let's grab a slab. Let's put that one next to it. Why not? For example, the cut copper slab. And there we go. We can see these are exactly the same height. And as I also already demonstrated, you can walk on top of this slab. And we see that we won't increase or decrease in height from the copper slab. And then move over to the bedrock. That's all also possible. Now I want you to go down to the comments. Let me know how you think I achieved this. And I will reveal it in a second. So head down there, pause the video. And write your comment with your explanation for this phenomena. And I'm excited to see if anyone is right at all. But let's just see how I did this. So yeah, let's remove the bedrock here. And first of all, this is not a real slab. You first of all can't see any hitbox if we hover over it with our mouse. So that should already give away something here. But something strange is of course going on since we can go on top of it. So what we shall do is remove this piece of bedrock, and then everything, well, pretty much will be clear pretty soon. So we'll use the kill command to remove this piece of bedrock, and we see a fence. Why is there a fence here, you might ask? Well, because if you step on top of a fence, you get raised exactly a half slab, so half a block. So what I did to create this is first of all just put a fence here, and then we use the same command we used for these cacti over here. And that is we summon in a falling block that has no gravity. And in this case, it is summoned at the right coordinates, as you can see at the halfway point. And it is a piece of bedrock, so no gravity and just time so it doesn't disappear. So if we summon this one here, we will see that it appears right here. And now if we remove some pieces of grass around, we will see that it's actually just a falling block summoned at the halfway point. But because there's grass blocks around it, we can't see the bottom part and we just see this part of apparently a bedrock slab. And because the fence is below it, we can stand on top of it. Now it's not perfect because if you approach this at an angle, we will see that, yeah, we can actually stand inside of the bedrock slab and it only brings it up right here. But if you walk straight at it like this, you get brought up immediately at the right point, or actually a little bit before. But people don't really notice that, at least I don't hope so. Let's see how many of you got that explanation correct in the comments, and I will pin the first one to get it correct. So now let's move on to the second impossible structure of the day. So here we go. Here's the second structure. It is massive. Oh my gosh, what a large structure. So yeah, these structures can be large, like the ones in the first episode, or smaller like the ones I will be showing you in the second episode. Just basically blocks or things that shouldn't exist in Minecraft fall under this category. And right in front of us right here, we have something very odd. It is 5 sea pickles in one block. So if you don't know, sea pickles are a block you can place underwater, but also above water. and you place it like this on top of a block. But you can place it again and get 2 of them, or place it again, get 3, or place it again, get 4. But that's it. If you place it again, it just places another sea pickle on a different block. If you try to put it on top, nothing happens. But still, somehow, right over here, we have 5 sea pickles in the same block. Once again, quite odd, like all of these impossible structures, of course. So I'll just spin around, and then afterwards I'll show you how it's made. So sadly there are a couple of giveaways here, but yeah, that's just how it works, I guess. So first of all, you might have already noticed, as with the bedrock slab, there is no hitbox. So this will be a problem in a lot of these, but sometimes you can fix that. But most of the time you just have to deal with it, or just press F1, because then nothing has a hitbox. Or go into adventure mode, that works as well. And then secondly, of course, there's the shadow, which suggests some sort of entity, which is true. There is another falling block entity here. As I've already said in the first video, I'll be using the falling block entity for a lot of these structures, since it's super useful and can create some very, very mind-boggling structures in Minecraft. So that's what's happening right here as well. But what's happening exactly? So probably it's best that I just use the kill command here to see what disappears. So use the kill command and we see that the middle sea pickle actually disappears. So there are just 4 sea pickles here. That's just completely normal. Just 4 sea pickles like this. And then I use another summon command to summon in a falling block on top of those sea pickles. So at that coordinate of the sea pickles, I summon a falling block with a sea pickle. And that's just 1 pickle and it's not waterlogged. If you don't add this, it actually gives the waterlogged texture of the sea pickle instead of the not waterlogged texture of the sea pickle. So I had to change that as well. And of course, if we then summon this, we'll see that it appears right there. But then a little bug happens and I don't know why. It's a bit strange. So initially the 4 original sea pickles actually disappear. But if you try to place a block in the exact block the sea pickle is in, so there we get a little bit of the hitbox of that block. If you try to place a block there, yeah, the sea pickles reappear. It's super strange. It probably should be classified as a bug, but I'm also playing in the experimental snapshot, so that might be a problem there. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I got it to work by just placing a block in there, and then we get 5 sea pickles in 1 block. I think it still looks pretty cool, even though there's the shadow and no hitbox, sadly. But there we go, those were the first 2 impossible structures. Let's move on to the third and last structure of the second episode of Minecraft Impossible Structures. Alright, here we go, time for the reveal. The third structure is... Watch out, no! Oh, what? Alright, it's TNT on top of a redstone block. Now, this is already quite strange, of course, right? Because if you place TNT on top of a redstone block, it should definitely ignite. But right here, we just have a piece of TNT on top of the redstone block and nothing is happening. Now, if we remove our F1, we will see that, of course, the redstone block has a hitbox, yeah. And wait, the TNT also has a hitbox. Wait, is this really just a piece of TNT? Is it really just a block of redstone? What is happening here? So let's test it out and see what happens normally. So let's go down here for some reason. I don't know why. Let's just go down here. Maybe I just don't want to damage that area. So we place down a redstone block, we place down TNT on top of it, and it immediately ignites. There's nothing you can do about it. It always ignites right there. So let's try something else. Let's, for example, set block some TNT on here. Why not? Maybe that works. So 1 block above the redstone block, we'll put TNT. Nope. Also immediately ignites. So that's not the solution. Let's go back up and see how I did this. So yeah, there are 2 possibilities. Either the redstone block is fake or the TNT is fake. Or both could be fake, I guess. And all 3 would be viable options, but I just decided to go for the fake TNT. So TNT isn't real. There's no discernible difference if you place a normal piece of TNT next to it. But if you try to middle click the TNT, which should bring the TNT into our inventory, we'll see that we get cobweb. What? Alright. So once again, yes, for the 3rd time in the same episode of Impossible Structures, I used the falling block. I'm so in love with this falling block. It makes for so many different possibilities for these impossible structures. So I decided to use it thrice for this video. But we'll remove it for now. Or at least I will try to remove it. But of course, there's something else going on here as well. So I can't really do that, I don't think. So I'll have to do it in another manner. Alright, I think this should work. Alright, well, that just killed every single falling block in my world. I'll be back. Alright, well, minor setback. I have some ideas over there that I'm working on for future episodes of this series. They got destroyed, but okay, alright. Yeah. Not quite sure what went wrong there then. I'll have to figure it out for the future video. Alright, doesn't matter. Maybe you guys could suggest what went wrong there. Anyway, so what's happening here? So what we do is just place the redstone block. I could have faked this one as well. That doesn't really matter. It's not necessary at least. And then on top of it, we place a cobweb. Now this cobweb is essential because it actually makes sure that the TNT actually has a hitbox. So as you can see that the cobweb, well, it's just a 2D texture times 2, right? Two 2D textures. But it does have a full hitbox of a full block. This makes it a pretty unique block and very, very useful for these types of structures. Because if we then place a fake TNT, so we have another command right here, that summons a falling block at the right coordinates with TNT. And then, as we place it, we will see it gets right here. On top of the redstone block, it doesn't ignite because it's not a real piece of TNT. But we can see that it does have a hitbox, but it's just the hitbox of the cobweb. That's also why we get a cobweb if we middle click the TNT. And the cobweb is useful in more ways, since it actually doesn't show up through the block. So since the 2D texture, it just has this diagonal part. And if we were to, for example, put any other block, if we were to put, example, another redstone block on top of here, then it would actually Z-fight with the TNT, and you would see part of the redstone block through the TNT. It would be a horrible mess. But with the cobweb, it works perfectly fine. We don't see any of the cobweb, but it does give our TNT a beautiful hitbox. And of course, yeah, we can stand inside of it, which is not very realistic, I guess, but it makes it even more impossible, maybe. And you also go very slow while you walk through the TNT, because it's a cobweb. Well, anyway, those are the 3 impossible structures of the second video. So we have the bedrock half slab, the 5 pickle block, and the non-igniting piece of TNT. I hope you enjoyed the second episode of Minecraft Impossible Structures. If you enjoyed it, then please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one. I want to thank my tier member, the Smikkelaar. Thank you so much for becoming a tier 3 member. If you also want to become a member, click the blue join button below the video to check out the different tiers. There we go. I hope you all enjoyed this video and hope to see you all in the next one. So until then, bye bye.